Have you ever been in a situation or had an experience where you're trying to maybe discipline your child or show them that by doing something in a different way could maybe be more effective for them or essentially help them in the long run, and you're kind of having this struggle between showing them that you love them and that you care about them, but also kind of bringing the hammer down, right? Trying to show them that they could change or be different in a way. And that struggle and that conflict of trying to show that love and making them feel loved during the process. Sometimes that's really hard, and you kind of get stuck in that place.
And trying to find the balance between unconditional love and discipline is one of the biggest conflicts that we have as parents. And that conflict inside us is holding us back from finding the solutions. It's ultimately the one of the biggest all-encompassing conflicts is to be loving, be unconditional loving, discovering and understanding what unconditional love is for your child and for those around you in life, and then living incongruent with that love. There's this message coming from inside us saying there's something, we got to do something different. This yelling or this type of discipline or this struggle or this worry, this concern, this frustration, it's not really fixing the problem.
So I'm Mikhail Wilcox, and this is my father, Lamont Wilcox, and we love talking about these ideas and these concepts, showing people that there really is a way to find that balance. Some people may think, oh, it's just not possible, like you just have to be this way with your kids and that's the way it is. Well, we're here to tell you that it's not. And there are other options. There are ways to make it so that your child feels loved and then also listens to your counsel and takes in your opinions and really, even tries it for themselves. Sometimes we're afraid to let other people go throughout life and have that pain and have those struggles, but showing them that the value of those things can make it so that they really do listen to you and really have a different understanding of maybe your point of view.
And this is something that any parent can do. It's I wouldn't say that it's simple, because there's parts and pieces to it. It's taken years for us to figure this out. I spent 2 years at a clinic working with people with mental illness that has given me these experiences, and I'm kind of an obsessive researcher. And so I've learned about the brain and neuroplasticity and how the maps of our brain work. But there's these ways that hit right true to the core for every parent. And anyone can do it. You can have such a major influence on your children, and doing it with unconditional love is the key. And learning what that actually means is the trick. So we want to help you with that. And taking an action is going to be the key to learning this.
And it's so fun because we go into the core of these experiences. Like maybe you will come to an introductory presentation or a session or whatever it is and present maybe a concept or an experience that you had with your child, and we can kind of pick that apart and show what strategies or what concepts and ideas you can bring to the table in that situation, and then you can then learn how to analyze that yourself, so that because every situation is so different. Everyone is so complicated in our brains and have so many neurons, and it's complicated. So being able to have that skill of analyzing that process and being able to personalize it to your life and to your situations and your experiences.
That ultimately gives you the ability to love unconditionally. And being able to love unconditionally puts you in a place where you can be creative. You can be unique to that child and their needs. And that's the key. No one can give you advice for your children that's going to work with all your kids. It's not going to be specific enough. Their brain needs specificity. And you have the ability to tap into that. Because by going into unconditional love, you tap into a guidance system that every parent has for their child. You have built into you a guidance system that tells you what will be the most effective way to influence your children and to raise them to get to this life that you want for them. It's built into you. You just have to tap into it. And unconditional love is the key to tapping into it.
And sometimes we think that we're having unconditional love with our loved ones and people around us. And we're here to tell you maybe you're not as spot on as you think. And so it's really fun to see that and to notice, wow, I am doing this in a way that I didn't realize wasn't unconditional love, and that I do have conditions on my relationships and the people around me, and being able to notice that and then changing it.
For 20 years of marriage and raising children, I thought that I had unconditional love. I thought that I was doing things that were that didn't have conditions on them. And I just didn't understand yet. I hadn't learned. And the outcomes were not that great. But now the outcomes are miraculous. Mental illness has been wiped away from so many people. We've helped hundreds of parents, and we've helped ourselves. And I have a daughter here that can attest to the difference and the change that her and my spouse have made in working with our children. It has completely changed things. And I'll tell you what, finding and understanding what unconditional love is the funnest, most freeing and fulfilling thing you will ever experience in life. I know that sounds extreme, but imagine if you have it at that level and you can really influence your children at every age, at any stage of life, to such a high level where you help them tap into their guidance system. Imagine that. Imagine what will change in your relationships and in their life experience and how they run through life and their relationships with their potential spouses or friends or whoever else they have relationships with.
And we're not just talking about unconditional love with others, but unconditional love for yourself, because that's where it starts. And so being able to see that in yourself is so empowering for you in your life. And imagine how that would feel if every morning you woke up and you loved yourself as much as, or even more than you loved others.
Because this is one of the key points. You cannot give unconditional love to someone else more than what you give to yourself. I know you think you can, but you cannot. That is the limiting factor. Is if you wake up frustrated with yourself, if you're struggling with what you think about yourself, then your ability to give unconditional love to someone else is very limited. And we want to teach you how to overcome that. And we know how to help you overcome that. And it has to do with our brains and neuroplasticity, the neurons and how they fire and what is working in our brain and how. You learn how to do that, you will change your whole life.
So we hope after hearing this that you take an action, that these things that we have talked about have moved you enough to where you do something about it, to where you change your life. So click a link below, go to our website, whatever it is, to learn more about this so that you can change your life and have that unconditional love.
Because when you pick up your finger and hit a button to take an action, you hit the button to go to our website. And actually, if you go to our event page on Facebook, that is going to be the key. Find that event page. Fulfill Life Yourself is our page on Facebook. Go there and find an event. When you take that action, there are neurons in your brain that will change. They will begin a process. They will start the momentum. And hopefully you feel some enthusiasm right now to do something, to take an action. That enthusiasm is powerful. And when you don't act on that enthusiasm, you're repressing who you could become. So take the action, do what you need to do, and share this with others, right? Get other people to the event. Get some friends and family. It's so fun to have friends and family come together. It's a new language your brain is going to learn. It's going to change your life completely in every aspect. Watch our testimonial videos of the other people who say, it's changed my life in every way. This is a huge game changer. This is not some little thing that's going to potentially do some little types of pieces. This is a whole encompassing getting to the core process. So thank you so much for listening. Take that action. Don't wait any longer. Don't talk to anyone else about what, to give yourself time to hesitate. Take the action and then share it with someone else. Share this video wherever you got it. Text it to people that you know. Go to your whole contact list. Share it on social media. Whatever it is to get it out there, you will feel amazing as you take that action. The more action you take, the more change you're going to experience. And then when we get together and we start making things happen, your momentum will be on fire. And you will have changes in your life that right now you can't even comprehend. So thank you so much, and we hope to see you there.
You went on and on.
There's so